Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about episode 2 of the television series Chucky based on the Child's Play franchise. If you've yet to see my review of episode 1, you can find it just up here. I've got my co-hosts Chucky and Tiffany right here with me, so let's get started. So the title of this episode is Give Me Something Good to Eat, and it's set during Halloween. After setting the tone with the first episode, this second episode really does kick things off into high gear. Since the last episode, I saw Zachary Arthur, who plays Jake, in a bizarre horror comedy called Mum and Dad. If you're enjoying his work in Chucky, I recommend you check this movie out. It also stars Nicolas Cage and Selma Blair, who work really well together, and it's got some truly intense scenes. Given that Zachary Arthur was several years younger here as well, his performance is even more impressive. So the episode begins with a fantastic piece of music by a group called the CHUCKY. The song is called Mr. Werewolf. Now I wasn't familiar with this song before the episode aired, but you can be damn sure that I'm going to be adding it to my spooky playlists for my Halloween gigs towards the end of this month. Now, the episode is set a week after Jake's father's death, and it focuses mostly around a Halloween party hosted by the bully Oliver Hayden. So Jake has been banned from bringing Chucky to school, and you see a little bit more of the relationship between Jake and the podcaster Devon that develops over the course of this episode. A nice little detail as well, the bedroom that Jake is staying in has an Amityville horror style window, which I think is a lovely little detail. Chucky stalks and kills a housekeeper called Annie, and there's a return to the first-person perspective for Chucky's kill of this housekeeper, which is lovely, nice callback to the movies. It's another accidental-looking kill as well, which is smart on Chucky's part, means that suspicion will be drawn away from him. Once the episode begins as well, the Chucky logo is made from pumpkins and knives, which I think is very appropriate for this Halloween episode. Logan Jr., who Jake is staying with, is also under suspicion by his parents because he's a teenager and he's under a lot of stress, and his father is pushing him to stay in shape for track running. I'm wondering how that is going to play out later on in the series. Perhaps Logan Jr. is going to get framed for a murder at some point. Chucky is trying to create a rift between Logan Jr. and Jake by looking at pictures of Lexi, which is Logan's girlfriend, on Jake's computer. And Lexi's younger sister Caroline draws a picture of Chucky from memory, and Lexi's parents aren't suspicious of Chucky at all, which is frankly a little ridiculous, but still. Lexi has a poor relationship with her parents. Later on in the episode, Carol and Chucky play some violent video games together, and he tries to persuade Carol to start killing. The game that they're playing doesn't appear to be any real game, it's some sort of fictional game for the purposes of the show. They're holding quite weird controllers that look a little bit like GameCube controllers. That really tickled me. Devon's mum is a cop and she questions Devon about his relationship with Jake, but she doesn't manage to uncover anything, but I think that's probably a plot point that is going to be significant later on. The house party that the bully has is just ridiculously lavish. That's always really interesting for me from a British perspective, to see these house parties and these houses that the American characters live in, because they're just so lavish and grandiose. It's insane. Logan Jr. is dressed as an Olympic medalist, which is quite fun, and Chucky dresses in a Hello Kitty style mask to blend in with the Halloween revelers. If they don't do a Funko Pop variant of Chucky in a Hello Kitty mask, they're really missing a trick. Chucky gives a woman an apple with a razor blade in as well, which is really nasty. Earlier in the episode, we see a young Charles Lee Ray bite into a similarly rigged apple, which suggests a little bit of sadomasochism within a young Charles Lee Ray. Upon realising that Chucky is missing, Jake goes to the party to try and retrieve him. Lexi smokes a joint and Logan Jr. and Lexi fool around while Chucky hides under the bed. It's a pretty funny scene. Chucky keeps missing the opportunity to stab both of them as they're moving around in bed. Lexi dresses up as Jake's father being electrocuted, which is in incredibly poor taste. But Jake stops Chucky from killing Lexi when Chucky has the opportunity. Chucky also punches Jake earlier in the episode, but apologises, but Jake is not particularly convinced by this apology because of the fact that his father used to beat him as well. Chucky tries to persuade Jake to become a killer towards the end of the episode with an excellent speech where he describes the world as the Super Bowl of slaughter. And it seems to imply at the end of the episode as the credits roll that Jake might be a little convinced that Chucky might in fact be in the right. So we will see what happens with that in the next episode. So that was my review of Chucky episode 2. Stick around for the next part of the video while I'll be unboxing part 4 of the Halloween countdown. So, for the uninitiated, in the build-up to Halloween, I have been opening this delightful Mystery Minis calendar made by Funko. If you would like to see me opening doors 1 and 2, you can find that video right here. And if you'd like to see me opening door number 3, then you can find that video right here. So, today we're going to be opening door number 4. I've no idea what's behind each of these doors, so it's always very exciting. So let's get to it. What's behind door number 4? Let's find out. Right. It's always interesting doing this backwards, of course. I probably don't need the knife to open door number 4, actually. I'll use the knife to open the bag, but I think it might be a little excessive, because I might stab myself through the box, which would be awful. Right, so what we got behind door number 4. I love these little blind bags that you get for these Mystery Minis. Which character is it going to be, my friends? Which character is it going to be? And where will they fit on my shelving, which is the more important thing. Oh, it's a tiny little Pennywise. Isn't that adorable? What the fuck has he got in his hand? What the Is that supposed to be the cap? That's tiny. I think that he's supposed to be holding an I Love Derry cap. I have the larger version of this pop. But yeah, that's bizarre. Yeah, I think it's the cap that he's holding. But still, I absolutely love Pennywise. I have an entire shelving unit just dedicated to Pennywise the Clown. I am a huge fan of his. I have Funko Pops of him in Skarsgård form and in Tim Curry form. So that was what was behind door number 4. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for whatever tomorrow's video is going to be. And we will be opening door number 5 as well in that video. Thank you so much for watching this little review of Chucky episode 2 and for this little unboxing at the end as well. I always really appreciate the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all of that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.